Alright, enough stalling, enough waiting around. It's time to go to Mizuki, Chapter 5, M1, Births. Why is this chapter called Births? I don't know. I don't want to know. But this was the only locked path in the game so far. Last, they call it.
Oh, you came. Good.
Oh, I bet you say that to all the girls, Mama.
Want something to drink? With water? On the rocks? You don't have to be shy. It's on me. It's such a bizarre case, the HB serial killings.
Isn't it now?
That being said, the facts are fairly straightforward. Pointing out a culprit can't be too hard.
Well, we found the culprit.
Do you already know?
We have an idea.
Terror. Who are they, really?
Oh, hold on. Gotta take this. What kind of Sakomi do I like? The metaphorical kind. This is a Tamagotchi. Alright, who is Terror? We can talk to Mama. We cannot ask about the balls. Well, Mama, you have a knowing smile. Well, I'm glad that we don't have to actually type in the name, because I would not have remembered the last name. We believe that Terror is you, Mama.
Yep. You got me. I wanted to slurp on the juices of young men, which is why I sliced them in half.
I knew it the whole time.
Oh, come on. There's no way.
Yeah, you're much too busy at the bar to get around to slicing men in half.
Besides, Komeiji and Chikara are not young.
That's true. And I don't expect Chikara was your type to begin with.
Care to give a more serious answer?
Chikara is no one's type. What about Tokiko Shigure?
I see. She was involved in the HB case, but I don't think she did the deed.
Unless she did to herself. What about Jin?
Why would it be Jin? He was the first victim.
Well, yeah, we figure we know who it is. It's Uru.
Right. Uru. We know he killed at least 3 people. Jin Furue, Chikara Horadori, Andes Komeiji. But why did he kill them? What was his goal?
Nirvana, revenge to build schools in Africa for personal... Build schools in Africa? Where is that coming from?
He wasn't some noble philanthropist. That has nothing to do with anything.
I didn't think it did. For personal enjoyment, maybe.
I don't think Uru had that kind of hobby.
To get revenge?
That's true, I suppose. But that wasn't the main reason.
Yes, it was for the Nirvana Initiative.
That's right. The Nirvana Initiative. The loony plan to have humans reach moksha. That's why Uru killed the 3 of them. We can put aside the little details for now.
But there's so many little details, though.
The most concerning aspect of the whole thing is the time difference.
Yeah, the whole 6-year apart thing. What is the deal with that, Mama?
The left and right sides of the victims were found 6 years apart. Regarding the first victim, the facts are already in. 6 years ago, on February 10th, Jin Furue's body fell from the ceiling of Devaita. And this year, 5 days ago, also on the 10th, Uru Somizuki's left half was found at the stadium, not Jin's.
Yes?
Plastic surgery and complete organ transplants. It fooled the investigators into thinking they were the same person.
Well, originally, it was the same person. Well, at least the skin was, and the organs. And a lot of that was.
But what about the other victims?
Yeah, why were the others cut in half, and how did their bodies become 6 years apart?
Chikara, Komeiji, Tokiko. How do you explain those three?
It's been the thing that we really haven't been able to explain the entire game. At the beginning of the game, we thought maybe time-traveling corpses. But then Iris actually said that out loud, which means it can't be true, because Iris said it.
You have good intuition. You might already know.
Why did it seem like their bodies appeared after 6 years passed? Maybe Professor Brown created a time machine.
Who is Professor Brown? Could you please not introduce a new character out of nowhere?
I don't know what movies exist in the AI universe, but clearly it's not the same as ours. Because Tokiko made miracles happen.
You've been brainwashed. You can't be taking Tokiko seriously, honey. It's all a lie. Probably.
Maybe Ryuki and Mizuki were hallucinating.
No, not hallucinations.
That would be a lot of hallucinating if it was true.
The right and left half of their bodies were found. No doubt about that.
So, the timeline was not in the correct order, whatever that means.
Right. In other words, it's not like that. It's like this. This is the timeline that you actually experienced. The red and blue lines are intertwined, almost like DNA.
No, I got that. I got the double helix thing that's happening there.
You started on the red line from the top, and then followed the blue line, which led you to this point. You've traversed 4 X's. The left side is 6 years ago, and the right side is this year. To make things easier, we'll call the left side past, and the right side present. In other words, you came here, jumping back and forth between past and present, a day at a time, all to end up here.
But why would that happen?
Now do you understand?
Only partially, Mama.
Chikara's right half was found the night of the 11th, in the past. His left half was found the next morning. Komeiji's right half was found on the 13th. His left half was found the next morning at 6 a.m. 6 years have passed, and now we're here.
All right, so the second halves of the body, of those two bodies, were both found 6 years ago, not today, not in the present day.
In the present, Tokiko's right half was found on February 12th.
All right, so Tokiko did not die 6 years ago.
The next day, a little past midnight, her left half was found in the basement of Horodori Institute. Long story short, the left and right halves weren't found 6 years apart. They were all found soon after each other. Nothing supernatural here.
All right. This is a chart that shows the flow of the story in chronological order. It's Shin flowchart. The true flowchart can be checked from menu flowchart. Okay. Okay, if we follow this was, if we did not know the name of Dahlia Boat, we would have gone down the left path. Then, once we get here, and Ryuki met Tokiko 6 years ago, then goes to here. So when Ryuki talked to Tokiko the second time and found her dead, that was actually happening in the present day. Which means that Tokiko's somnium with Ryuki was the present day. So Ryuki was still investigating the case now, and I guess boss still let him use the sync machine. Like, you know, Ryuki's had some problems, so kind of surprised that she would still let him use it. She's not the most responsible of bosses. Then, let's see. Then, back to the past, Ryuki spoke with Komeiji and did Komeiji's somnium. In the present day... Okay, in the present day, this must be when... No, in the past, that must be when Komeiji was killed, and then we go to the present day. And then when we did Mame's somnium with Ryuki, that was in the present, not 6 years ago. Then there was Iris's somnium, and that was 6 years ago. And then if we go to Mizuki, if we know the name of Dahlia Boat, then we go down Mizuki's chapters. So we do Kizuna's somnium then in the present day. In the past, we did Gen's somnium. So that was 6 years ago. So one thing I'm unsure about is that means Mizuki was working for Abyss 6 years ago when she was 12. So as Mama was explaining this, that's kind of the thing I'm not sure about. Okay, so with Ryuki, it makes more sense that his sections could have been taking place in both past and present. Like, that could have been... He could have been doing that. But, Mizuki has chapters 6 years ago. Then back to the present day. When we did Masked Woman's somnium. Back to the past, it was, so Komeiji's body was found. And then it was Terror's somnium. And now we're back to the present, where Mizuki is clutching her chest.
Anyway, that's just my genius analysis.
So Mama's actually the one who solves the case. I did not expect that. Twist coming out of nowhere. None of our playable characters solves the case. Mama solves it for us.
Oh, but I know what you're gonna say. There's still tons of things that can't be explained,
There
right?
sure are.
Especially, who killed Uru and Tokiko?
Mm-hmm.
Jin, Chikara, Komeiji. It was Terror, Uru, who sliced these three in half.
Right.
But then Uru was killed in the present, February 10th.
Okay. We did find both halves of that body.
Tokiko's body was found after that.
Right. And so I guess when we found Terror, it was in the past. We thought it was the present. But if it was the past, then that does indeed mean that Uru is well and truly dead in the present day.
So who killed Uru and Tokiko? Well, I'm sure this mess will be cleared up soon. By Mizuki, her friend, and by you, Freya.
Oh, are we a frayer? Are we one who can fray the border of reality?
So anyway, good luck with the rest of your investigation. I'll be cheering you on. Huh? Who was I just talking to? Maybe I've had a bit too much to drink. It's awfully cold tonight.
And back to Iowan Garden we go. Okay, we are going to have this conversation.
Hey, about Kizzy. Are you sure she's okay?
Don't worry. I made sure she's fine.
Kizuna went missing. Last night around 11 o'clock, Riichi Chieda, her father, contacted me. Iba and I started our search for Kizzy. After a while, I got a call on my phone. It was from her. She told me to meet her here at Iowan.
So, that makes us sisters?
We're not the same age, but we're like identical twins. We have almost the same genes.
That's crazy. I'm a copy of you.
Don't say it like that.
But I'm your clone, right?
Technically, yes. But our DNA isn't exactly the same. My genome was rearranged. Your DNA was modified on top of that, which is why you don't have the symptoms I have. Basically, you're an upgrade, the perfect version of me.
Don't say it like that.
Well, we gotta look around first, of course. It's a big tree. Slide. It's a clock. Seesaw. A jungle gym. And a swing set. So, my older sister. Technically, she's the original that I was based off of, but I don't want to think about it like that. She's more of my big sister by proxy. Ira's raised at Iowan too?
Yeah, the same as me. When I was 6, you were born at Horadori Institute and sent here.
When we were 6?
I'm guessing they thought it was too difficult to raise you at the Institute. I remember the day you arrived like it was yesterday. You were still a baby. But the moment I saw you, I got this feeling. I started bawling my eyes out. The people at the facility didn't know we were related. Makes sense. They were told we were from 2 different places. But we're both named Mizuki, and we looked really similar. So to make it easier, everyone started calling me Big Sis. They called you Mizuki.
What happened after I arrived at Iowan?
They took me to Horadori Institute every so often for examinations. Well, I say examinations. I mean human experiments. I don't think you remember, but they did terrible things.
Oh yeah, we saw it in the Somnium. We saw what they did to the rabbit.
I remember getting shots with needles as big as boba straws.
Well, that's just unnecessary. Needles don't need to be that big.
My time with Horadori Institute ended when I was 9, and you were 3. It shut down and we were finally free. That's about the time you were adopted by the Okiura family.
Yeah, about that.
But me? Well, I told you about me, right?
I guess we're not going to talk about the adoption by the Okiura family. It didn't go so well.
You were blind in one eye and had a heart condition.
Right. So it was hard to find a family who would take me. Ultimately, it was Mr. Chieda, the chairman.
So when you were 9, you were adopted by...
The Chiedas. I spent the next 6 years there. Up until I was 15, I lived under the same roof as Kizuna.
I see.
That's why she called me Big Sis.
So, 6 years ago, no reason to ask, but 6 years ago, did you dress like me and have long hair in braids? Just asking that. What about after that?
You said something about an eccentric woman?
Yeah, I was adopted by her.
Do you mean...
Shizue Kuranushi. Boss, which is why my name is Mizuki Kuranushi now.
Oh, so she is the daughter.
You think that sounds kinda lame, huh?
No, it's not that.
Why did Boss adopt you?
You know how we're stronger than everybody else?
It's come up from time to time.
Maybe she thought I'd come in handy.
So she wanted to make you work for her.
I don't know if that's the truth, but that's what she told me. Boss taught me how to fight. After she adopted me, she trained me hard every day. 6 years ago, when I was 18, I was hired as a top secret member of Abyss. Boss wanted someone who she could rely on, someone who would never betray her. She trusted me to handle the most sensitive situations. Basically, I'm like a ninja. Well, a kunoichi, which is why my existence at Abyss had been hidden.
I wouldn't say that Mizuki handles things especially sensitively, but maybe we could go back and look at the timeline to see if the way that the two Mizukis handled their situations were any different. I don't seem to remember it coming off all that different.
The only people who know are Boss, Pewter, and Ryuki.
Ryuki? Why?
I wonder.
Hold on. This is important. I mean, if you were doing this 6 years ago, you're very familiar with the Tamagotchis here. We need to fish in the aquarium. The only people who can fish there are the director and Sakane. So, I suppose we now know what Aiba's secret mission was 6 years ago. And can we talk at all about your blue eye, or about February 6 years ago?
It's like I told you. I want to know who did this to me. I know that Chikara was the mastermind.
Happy Chikara.
But I want solid proof. That's why I was investigating him and his institute. But then, out of the blue, he gets killed. That's why I started following the HB case.
About February, 6 years ago. I asked her about what happened back then. She told me the details on what happened on the 12th and the 14th. The 12th? The balloons, yeah. The balloons. And then Gen in the chair. And Host on Ra Indig. The stairs. The 14th found Kameji's other half. And then found the luminol, showed us the body being dragged away. Hey, whatever happened to that thing about Shoma's robot? That hasn't really come back up. The abandoned factory incident, where it turns out, oh, so the prototype sync machine was still there because it's not 6 years later. There was actually only a very short time after the first game. That's why the prototype sync machine was at the abandoned factory. So it's not that egregious. They didn't just leave it there for a few years. I guess it could still be there, but we don't know. And then there's Ryuki in the Cathedral. And then we put Terror in the chair.
What you have seen and heard cannot be shared with anyone. If you do...
So if this is 6 years ago, I guess that means that under the other half of his mask would be the synthetic skin. Like, that's how he would look at that point in time.
I will kill her. I have an abundant amount of money. Even if I were to die, the assassins I've hired would still find her.
I see. That's why you didn't talk about what happened 6 years ago.
But I think it's okay to start talking now.
Why?
I was able to freeze all of Terror's hidden accounts.
Yeah, get that money.
We don't need to worry about any assassins anymore.
But you don't remember anything from February 6 years ago, do you?
I do not. My body was destroyed in the explosion at the Cathedral.
Right, and there was no Wi-Fi down there, so she wasn't able to upload her memories to the cloud, which is why she has robot amnesia.
The Abyss communication network was also offline,
That's right.
so there was no backup taken.
Why were you hiding your identity with an upside-down mask?
If I revealed myself to you, you would want to know everything. And one way or another, you'd find out. You'd find out that your genes were spliced. That your real parents aren't Renju and Shoko. I didn't want you to end up like me. I wanted you to live a normal life. As normal as possible, anyway.
But why dress like that, as opposed to anything else?
Get a normal job, a normal husband, get married, start a family, live happily ever after. A life like that. But if I showed up, I would ruin all that. That's what I thought, at least.
I see. Well, why didn't you tell me 7 years ago in November? I was already well on my way to an abnormal life at that point.
Maybe that's true.
By the way, I'm curious. Why were we given the same name?
I don't know. Maybe they didn't really care about the name.
But wouldn't that make it harder to tell us apart at the Institute?
I don't think they had any trouble. We had code names at Horadori Institute. I was Mouse, and you were Rabbit. And you remember what they called us at Iowan, right?
You were Big Sis, and I was Mizuki.
Yeah.
Is that what I called you?
No. You were still little. You couldn't talk much. You just called me BB.
BB?
Yeah.
BB, huh?
Anyway, we've already spent enough time here. We shouldn't be wasting time like this.
Good point. There's still tons we don't know about the HB case.
Yeah, somehow. There still is tons.
Follow me. I want to show you something.
Hmm?
Huh? What is it?
Oh, no. It's nothing. Let's go, BB.
Alright, so we're saying that Uru was Terror, but he's dead. We're saying that it seems like they're pretty sure about that he is absolutely dead, which means that the murderer operating in the present is someone else. Maybe someone who owns a robot, I don't know. Hmm? Huh. Huh. Hmm. Huh? Huh.
What the fuck? This is information overload. My brains are gonna flow out of my ears.
Jeez, just relax.
I can't just relax. What is this corpse doing here? And why are Kizzy and Leon here? Oh, and most importantly, who the hell is this?
What, isn't it obvious?
Wait, you're that stupid porno mag collecting old man.
No.
Yes.
Why are you dressed like that? Where is Genny? What are you doing here? And one last thing. Where have you been the past 6 years? Why didn't you try to contact me?
I'm sorry, Mizuki.
But I had so much amnesia.
Okay. I think I kind of get it. 6 years ago, Date lost his memory when the ceiling collapsed on him.
Then he got captured by Terror but managed to escape.
And he's been wandering the Earth for the past 6 years.
5 days ago, on the 10th, he heard the news about Jin's body being found.
And finally got his memory back.
That's right.
Ibis Trivia. Her voice reaches Date's brain right now. There's a reception device in his left eye socket. You mute me by turning it off, but it's a real hassle, so it's still on. The same is for Mizuki Kuranushi. She hears my voice too. Mizuki Kuranushi is kind of long. I'll just call her BB. All right, so 2 other people in the room can hear Aiba. A table. It's a menu. The kitchen. Alcohol bottle. Recommended dishes. A round stool. Posters. Door. Houseplant. Oil drum. Ganesha. The god that heals. Okay, let's talk to people. Leanne. It's Leanne. Leanne, what time is it?
No reason.
It is currently 4:25 a.m.
Real late.
Daybreak is close.
Why are you here?
There's a reason I'm here with Kizzy. I got a call from my old pal Date.
I asked him to unlock something for me.
Are you talking about the freezer?
Okay, so it was Date in the Gen suit that Leanne opened the freezer for.
No, I got that open on the 13th.
It was a different lock this time.
Maybe not. Maybe it was actually Gen. It's hard to tell if that was actually Gen or Date.
Anyway, that is when we met with Date and the woman he was with.
The woman? I was there too.
About BB.
I've known her for a long time. She's a former coworker from back when I was doing bad stuff. Back then, I used to call her Quartz.
Hey, don't just blurt that out.
Mizuki's name comes from crystal. The kanji for crystal can be read as Mizuki.
Crystals are the solid form of silicon dioxide, a
Thank you,
mineral,
Aiba.
most often recognized as quartz.
Wait, so you were in a Thieves Guild, BB?
Snow isn't letting up.
Maybe we won't talk about that.
Don't change the subject.
I want to talk about the old days. It's Kizzy. I heard you went missing.
I am a little embarrassed to admit this, but Leon and I plan to elope.
What?
May I ask why?
Kizzy's father won't accept me.
He threatened to send Leon to prison if he continued to see me,
And that's when I suggested that we run off together.
and I agreed.
So you two...
Yeah, they're both on the run for love.
But we don't know exactly where we want to go yet.
Right. We need some more time to think about it.
Did you tell Ricci?
I have told him that I am safe and sound.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you weren't kidnapped.
For once, Kizzy.
I am so sorry that I worried you.
Yeah, I'm sorry about all this, you guys.
You okay? Are you cold?
It is snowing outside, but do not worry about us. My heart is burning strong.
Her body temperature is elevated by the heat of her hot blood pumping through her passionate heart. About BB.
I suppose Big Sis has already told you everything. Big Sis and I lived in the same home for 6 years. But I never thought my Big Sis was my Big Sis's Big Sis.
Yeah, she's a grand big sis.
So confusing.
Anyway, Mizuki Date, I will call you Little Big Sis from now on. And you, Mizuki Kuranushi, I will...
Still, just as confusing.
Mizuki is BB's clone. Date already knows this. BB told him. Kizun and Leanne don't know this. They think they are just sisters. Little does everyone know, the real reason that she's called that is because at some point in the past, BB defeated Sis, earning her the title of Big Sis. My original, BB. Where'd you find out about the corpse in the freezer?
Last night, Date called me out of the blue. He told me about the corpse. And how he was pretending to be Genny. And everything else he knew.
Where's the real Genny?
I don't know. Not...
It's fine, I know where he is. Don't you have an idea too?
Is he dressed like you, Date? Because I don't think that would work as well. BB.
BB.
What?
Nani?
Oh, nothing. I just wanted to call you by that name.
The stupid, perverted, porno mag collecting old man. Also my adoptive father. Ugh. Let me just say one thing.
What? Do you have more insults to hurl at me for missing 6 years of your life?
No, it's not that. Maybe she just wanted to hear you say, Mizuki, you've grown so much, or something emotional like that. No, not that either.
Ah, right. For you, it's been 6 years. For me, it's different. I've been back for 4 days dressed like this. I've been watching you guys the whole time. So I don't really have anything sappy to say.
You know, considering the length of those arms, there's like Date's real arms and that the suit's elbows. Is he like manipulating some like puppet thing in the elbows to manipulate the fingers of the suit? How's he doing that? So surely someone can draw that. Transparent version of the suit and where Date's arms would have to be.
I told you it's not that.
I'm home. Welcome back. Is that what you wanted to hear?
Maybe.
All right, okay. Let me try this again. Mizuki? I'm home.
Welcome back, Date. But that's not what I wanted to say.
Huh?
I threw away all your porno mags.
What a stab through the heart. There's no easy way to say it. There's no easy way to say it. Just gotta rip the band-aid off. Date, who is the corpse in the freezer?
Let's talk about it later. Trust me, if I explain it now, it'll only confuse you.
Why were you pretending to be Genny?
I know that Horadori Institute and Nyes are both caught up in the HB case. Gen was created at the Institute, and he was acquaintances with Tokiko. So, by borrowing his mask, I could snoop on Tokiko and other members of Horadori Institute.
But why do you still look like that here?
Or maybe he just likes wearing it.
Horadori Institute and Nyes people come here all the time. Imitating Gen makes it easier to eavesdrop on them.
Why did you reveal your identity now?
Gonna be honest, this has gotten way out of hand. I can't do this on my own. We need to work together to stop their plan.
Their plan?
Yeah, their Nirvana initiative.
Oh, right, that. That's a kind of in the background.
So first, I contacted Mizuki Kuranushi.
Date and I met 6 years ago. He knew how to get a hold of me.
Right, so that's why she collapsed in the factory, because she is older Mizuki with the heart condition.
I shared everything I had, then told her to find you, Mizuki.
To help stop them?
Basically.
Okay, I'll ask again. What's the deal with the corpse? Why is it in the freezer?
It's better that you see for yourself.
Let me just show you.
Another corpse?
No, not one more.
Not one at all.
It's half.
At Nice Japan. Huh? There's that.
So, you finished reading the file?
Yeah. Now do you understand?
As much as one could.
Now you know whose left half is in the freezer. Jin. Jin Furue. That's what he really looks like.
And this body?
Uru Somizuki. Terror. He murdered 3 people 6 years ago. Jin, Chikara, and Andy's Komeiji.
It is his box. Ryuki was examining this box when he was down here the first time.
This box. What's this? There's some kind of device in there.
It appears to be a jet-like nozzle device.
Yeah, things got weird after Ryuki opened this box. Some kind of jet-like nozzle device inside. There's a bizarre-looking device inside the box. Aiba said it was some kind of jet-like device. Uru's right half. It's destroyed. Wall's partially broken. There's a safe beyond it. Burning torches. Can you give me a rundown on what happened up till now?
I wanted to ask Shoma about the genetic experiments, so I visited him.
And I looked like Gen, so it didn't raise any concerns.
He told me a lot.
About his body and his older sister. And about the hidden safe.
That's what we came here for. Wait, Shoma has an older sister?
I guess, yeah, Mizuki. This Mizuki wasn't the one who knew that.
Yeah.
You know her well.
Kizuna and Iris's friend.
A mermaid at Sunfish Pocket.
A Mame Doi.
Really?
When did you get here?
Only a few hours ago, around 1 a.m.
I asked Leon to open the door to the staircase.
So the lock you mentioned earlier.
That's right. The lock to the staircase door.
That's when I asked them about their plans to run away together.
Then the four of us headed down the stairs. Leon carried Kizuna down.
And that's when we found the corpse on the ritual platform.
How'd you find out?
I used Marco's X-ray function.
Marco?
Marco? The name of my AI ball in my left eye.
Well, that seems a little different than the naming scheme we've had so far.
He's pretty shy. He doesn't talk much.
Unless Marco has, like, an alternate meaning.
Unlike someone else I know.
Excuse me, are you talking about me?
I know Aiba really well. We were partners 6 years ago. When I was hired at Abyss, I was supposed to get Marco transplanted into my left eye. But he wasn't finished yet. So instead, I got Aiba. But Aiba and Date? Yeah, Aiba and Date were kind of fighting at the time.
Yeah, there was this whole thing about VR videos, about women crushing watermelon at the beach. It's a whole thing.
And I needed to see if I was compatible with an AI ball at all, so...
I see. I apologize. I do not remember anything from back then.
Because of the explosion, right?
Yes.
It's kinda sad.
So Aiba, in the present day, doesn't remember the watermelon VR videos.
I made so many memories with you, Aiba.
Huh. Hold on. One moment. How should I call a UFO? You should dance. Aliens like dancing. You can tell by looking at Iris. So one question, does Marco ever pop out of your skull? And if so, what is like the shape? Like, does it look human or like a hamster? I guess it could, just curious. And why were Aiba and Date fighting? Let's get into the details of that. Yeah, tell us all about it.
Well, you see, I was so preoccupied with my work.
Uh-huh.
No. It was because you tried watching VR porn while Aiba was still in your left eye.
Well, look, you see, to get the full experience of VR porn, you have to have depth perception. Like, you could watch it with one eye, but what's the point?
That does sound like something that would make me very angry.
I told you a million times, it was just a watermelon splitting video.
It's just watermelons. It's not porn, it's innocent watermelon splitting at the beach. About Uru Somizuki.
I can't really say anything more than what's in the file. Uru Somazuki. He's the child that was kidnapped from Iowan when he was 6.
It was Chikara and Tokiko who took him. They wanted to make him Jin Furue's donor.
Yeah, just like donor for everything. Just like whatever Jin needs, take it out of Uru. I don't know how he survived for so long.
So for over a decade, they did surgery after surgery, giving more and more of Uru to Jin. Half of his face, too.
The skin he lost was replaced by an artificial skin made of carbon chitin. Half his face was transplanted onto Jin's as well.
Right. And it was only half because Jin had a percent-shaped birthmark on the left side of his face.
Gotta keep it.
A holy symbol for the Order of Percent. It was considered sacred.
And Chikara, being a devoted follower, couldn't get himself to rip that skin off.
Which is why the left half of Jin's face was left untouched.
It's kind of a badass birthmark, though. Like, it's a conversation starter.
And after all those transplants, Jin's body ended up being cut in half.
6 years later, February of this year, Uru's body was cut in half.
So what was discovered was Jin's right half and Uru's left half.
Jin and Uru are essentially mirror images of one another.
So when the police were identifying Uru's body, they got their DNA sample to compare against from Jin's organs.
And because those were originally taken from Uru, it naturally follows that they match.
So that's why...
That is the mistake that caused investigators to believe that they were the same person.
Baron Pervert. Wow, Date's moving up in the world. He's got a title of nobility. Are Lien and Kizuna okay? They're not here right now. We split at Brahmin.
They're not going far away, are they?
They should be fine. They said they were going to think hard about where to go.
You changed.
That outfit was so hard to move in. With the wireframe and all the stuffing.
About Jin Furue.
I don't need to explain it. You should already know.
Jin Furue, the child of Tokiko and Chikara.
He was born with a rare and complicated disease. It caused inoperable tumors to grow in the right half of his body.
Jin might have had it worst of all. He got his first transplant when he was really young. I don't think he wanted to take organs from Uru. Remember what it said in Uru's diary? He said he wanted to apologize. I think he is referring to Jin. So you think the transplant was done against Jin's will? I'm not positive, but that's just the feeling I get. I've been wondering, 6 years ago, why did Uru cut the bodies in half?
Yeah, why did he do that? I kind of assumed he was gonna, like, slam the halves together to make half and half people. That has not happened.
That was for the Nirvana initiative, right?
He did say something about how if you do things that are impossible, then, like, the creator of the system was gonna have to take notice of it. It was something to that effect.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with the plan? And speaking of, is the Nirvana initiative still happening? I mean, after all, Terror's dead. Right, the mastermind is dead. But you saw it, on the night of the 13th, on the rooftop of Misatan.
Mm-hmm.
That was Terror. It was definitely Uru's voice.
Well, I mean, it was his synthesizer.
But Uru should have been dead.
Perhaps his voice was recorded.
I mean, maybe someone just figured out the same synthesizer he was using. Doesn't seem it's that hard.
Either way, the rehearsal happened even after Terror died. Which means...
the main event will likely still happen as well.
Yeah, it's safe to assume it will proceed as planned.
But I still don't understand the full scope of the Nirvana initiative.
When, where, how? We are completely in the dark.
Why don't you ask the culprit?
I'd love to.
Yeah, good idea. Hey, Uru. What's up with your plan, you asshole?
You don't know if you don't ask.
No, that's not what I meant. There are other culprits. Whoever killed Uru and Tokiko.
You believe they might know something about the Nirvana initiative?
I don't know for sure, but they at least might have some clues.
Jin's left half. Tokiko's right half.
We don't have enough information yet. Looks like we're gonna need some extra help.
Help?
Over here. Come with me.
There's nothing over here.
You would think that, right? But check this out. Open sesame!
Marco, please.
What is this?
Do you like it? Erotic, isn't it?
It's a door. I mean, I guess you can find eroticism in many mundane things in the world, Date. I think this is just a door, though.
How is this in any way erotic?
Much more erotic than watermelon splitting.
Let's get going.
Depends how you split it, I guess.
Yeah.
How were they splitting those watermelons, Date?
What?
Ah, the cathedral was never repaired. There was a second cathedral.
What does this mean?
It means exactly what you see.
There are two cathedrals? That's right.
Mizuki, look.
Ryuki.
I'm here too.
Hi, Tama. It's been a while since we've heard from her.
Tama.
How is Ryuki doing?
Terrible. It was a bad idea to show him this place.
So he's doing his normal, huh?
He's been like this for hours.
Sand coming from down the ceiling. A thick pillar. Two cathedrals?
Marco, can you send Iba the data?
Got it. Opening it. It is a cross-section of the two cathedrals.
Huh?
You get it now? There's one on the east and one on the west.
Terror blew up the west one. This one, right here.
Which happens to be the same side Ryuki met Terror. What he called his execution chamber.
On the east side was Uru's corpse and Tokiko's file.
And that mysterious box.
Huh?
The one connected to the Nice building is the east one. You can take the elevator up to the president's office.
Why two cathedrals?
Huh. Beats me.
Maybe it has something to do with what Nice believes.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you have two halves. You have duplicates, symmetrical. You know, it's their thing.
2 in 1. I think they were obsessed with that.
A little bit. Stupid, shameless man. Torch is lit. Date and the others must have lit it earlier. It's Ryuki. About Kizuna.
I heard. So she eloped, huh?
It seems like they're doing all right.
Had nothing to do with the video. It was just Ryuki's active imagination.
Why are you here?
Date called me.
Yeah. I told him to head over to the other cathedral.
Does that mean he saw Uru's corpse and Tokiko's file?
He did. Yep. And then he came here through the hidden passage.
Are you okay?
He appears to at least be breathing.
That's something.
Might Not be if there was rope and a branch in here. This has been eating at Ryuki for the past 6 years. He regretted what he did and blamed himself. He betrayed Date and shot Mizuki Kuranushi with stun bullets. And what happened to Mizuki, Date, and Kizuna on top of that? Yeah, Terror detonated the bomb, but it was Ryuki who told Date about this place. If he never did, Kizuna and Mizuki wouldn't have been hurt. That's what's been plaguing him. He started drinking, which made the whole thing worse.
I don't care if he feels bad about it. I still don't forgive him.
Easy. He had his reasons.
I also implemented a self-destruct program. If I activate it, she'll be lost forever.
Right, so when we saw that, it looked like it was in the present day, but in actuality, that was in 6 years ago before the explosion happened. Yeah, what about that self-destruct program in Tama?
I was overhauled completely during maintenance a few years back, and that function was deleted. That's when Ryuki opened up about what happened.
Why didn't you share this earlier?
I couldn't. Ryuki betrayed Abyss. He did something you can't come back from. I couldn't let anyone find out.
So you protected him.
It's the same reason I didn't upload the investigation data from 6 years ago. I made an oath. No matter what, I will protect Ryuki.
So Tama isn't suffering from robot amnesia. She just deliberately didn't upload the data.
But Ryuki himself could have informed us sooner.
You should know why he didn't do that. Why he gave in to Terror's demands.
He wanted to protect his loved ones.
Wouldn't you do the same?
Aw. About Ryuki. Well, first, she seems a little pissed. About Ryuki.
Do you hate Ryuki? Of course I do. I want to shove a pipe in his mouth and stir up his organs. 6 years ago, It made my heart condition worse. It affected my work. I can't investigate properly if I have to go to the hospital all the time. But when I heard you recently joined Abyss, I shadowed you. And February 10th, when you went to the stadium...
Yeah, that bit where she shot Mizuki with the rifle. What was that about?
I got there before you and found the corpse. At the time, I had no clue it was Uru's left half. But I knew it had to do with the HB case from 6 years ago. I told you before that the one thing I wanted was for you to live a normal life. I couldn't let you get caught up in this case. I had to stop you. That's why...
I see. You shot at Mizuki to dissuade her from finding the corpse.
Ryuki, you made a mistake. But lying around here in all your misery isn't gonna fix anything. If you really regret what you did, solve this case. That's the only way to atone. Ryuki, I remember one night we went out drinking. You told me about your little brother. You always talk about him when you drink. You made him a promise, right? You said, I'll become a hero of justice. If I've fallen, I just need to get back up again. You used to say it all the time. It doesn't matter how many times you fall. As long as you have a body to do it, you climb back up again. Come on, Ryuki. Climb above the debris. It doesn't matter if you're pitiful. It doesn't matter if you show vulnerability. You struggle, you crawl, and you make it back to the top. That's what we do. That's what makes us human.
Mr. Date. Everyone.
Ryuki, now's not the time to cry. Come climb up here.
You mean...
Don't get me wrong. I'll only forgive you after we solve this case. So...
Okay.
After that, we all shared information. Aiba, Tama, and Maruko. Guess they didn't localize the name in that point. Does Maruko mean something in Japanese? Because the AI ball name thing, like they have meanings like Aiba is a take on Aibo, which means partner, but also sounds like eyeball. Tama apparently means ball. So I wonder if Maruko means something related to being an eyeball. They shared everything on the local network. Date received everything as well via the device implanted in his eye socket. Anything that wasn't recorded electronically, we shared verbally. Everything from 6 years ago. Everything from this year. All the information, including Somnia, from top to bottom.
So, first thing on the agenda is stopping the Nirvana initiative.
When? Where? How? We don't know anything about it.
Yeah, Date, we're at the end of the game. We need to find out what this is.
We should know everything except where. Tama shared all her data, right?
I did receive the information.
I didn't give it a close look. Ryuki, can you tell us more about the Nirvana initiative?
Yeah, I'll explain everything in order. First, Terror, Uru, created a video.
Oh, okay, well...
Don't worry about me. You should talk to Ryuki.
She's gotten over Ryuki. A guy whose little head does all the thinking.
Why are you talking to me? It's Ryuki's turn, isn't it?
It's Ryuki. About the videos.
Uru created 3 videos. QR video, Nirvana trial, and Nirvana X. The QR video was the first.
The QR code on the signboard in Jin's body. That was a link to the video, right?
Right. So it was first made public 6 years ago, on February 10th. The motive was...
Really a small part of my plan. It's the prototype.
There were stories about people who went missing after watching the video, but...
It's just an urban legend. A rumor.
It was actually the second video that caused people to go missing. The Nirvana trial.
About the Nirvana trial.
It was uploaded on February 9th.
Back when Uru was still alive.
But what for?
I think it was a beta version of Nirvana X, the third video. For testing purposes for the main event.
Testing what?
There was a code, like BATS 490 in the Nirvana trial video. That code led to the Eastern Cathedral. The coordinates led to the staircase.
Yeah, but that door has tons of locks.
Right, but the staircase had another code. By solving that, you could collect the numerous keys located all over the city.
There was a key scavenger hunt?
And those who did solve everything would be able to unlock the door to the Eastern Cathedral. Did you notice the box?
Yeah.
Inside was a device that shot TC Purge.
So basically the whole thing is like a big scavenger hunt where people would be trying to find the keys all over the city to unlock the mysterious door. They go down the mysterious stairwell and find themselves in the cathedral. Here's your prize! Open the box. Ah! In the face! All that work, finding all the keys and hunting this down to get the drugs in the face.
If you open the box, it triggers.
Oh, hold on. Very important, very important. How deep do I like my ocean? 5 meters. Even an amateur can go diving. Look, I like safe diving. I like to, no danger here, but you can go underwater. It's just that there's not a lot of it. It's Ryuki. About TC Purge.
When it enters the brain, it can even overwrite the DNA structure inside neurons. It can make you see things, make you dance. It makes you do weird things over and over.
And it spreads in the air. If this virus gets out somehow, the human race is in for a rough trip. Can you picture it? The whole world going crazy. People everywhere doing unpredictable things. Crazy things. Over and over.
I'll be honest. I contracted TC Purge because I opened the box.
But it's okay. Ryuki has developed a resistance to it.
Oh, good. And so he's immune.
And he can't spread it either.
I don't think we implied that it was contagious. You got to get sprayed in the face.
Having said that, TC Purge is still a problem. Before the body develops a resistance, it can spread. Not to mention the neurons that are damaged can't be repaired.
So I'm trying to think about the timeline where Ryuki freaks out quite a few times, and was all that after he got sprayed?
That's why Ryuki was acting weird.
Is that what it looked like? When I was infected with TC Purge, my symptoms got worse. Disorientation, short-term memory loss, hallucinations.
He's been seeing hallucinations for 6 years now. The mental trauma of what happened to his brother.
Anyway, those who solved the code and opened the box contracted TC Purge. And as a result, they started acting strangely.
Yeah, there was that one Yakuza member. I guess solved the thing, because he was acting weird.
And now, there are people dancing and rioting in the streets. And a lot of suicides.
I see. These people would have no motivation to return home.
That's why so many people went missing.
In other words, Uru's experiments were a success. He's dead now, but his plan is still alive.
I'm guessing his lackeys are carrying out the plan now. To raise the curtain on the main event.
Main event.
I think I know what they're gonna do. They're gonna shoot the rocket somewhere.
With TC Purge on the warhead.
The rocket will explode.
And the virus will spread?
Yeah.
Most likely, yes.
Tons of people will get infected with TC Purge.
It will grow in their bodies.
And inevitably spread.
From one person to another.
If we do things that are beyond the comprehension of the designer, simultaneously, all around the world, bugs will start appearing everywhere.
This will lead all mankind to reach moksha, an emancipation from this fictional world.
Look, Terror and Tokiko know that if the game, the simulation, is full of show-stopping bugs, it can't be shipped. It can't be sold. They're gonna have to recall it, like take it back, fix the bugs before they sell it. Everyone knows that's how it works.
That is the Nirvana initiative.
Even if this Nirvana thing turns out to be bullshit, the virus itself is a problem.
Right. I don't know if it will really cause glitches to appear or anything, but it'll be mass hysteria.
There is already an uptick in suicides.
When is the plan gonna happen?
The final video, Nirvana X, is already public.
There's a 7-digit number, which is probably a time and a date.
February 15th, 12 o'clock.
Man, it's a while ago that we saw that. I was trying to remember what we were talking about, but yeah, I do remember that now.
Noon today.
I mean, I was in real time. It was a while ago. According to the new timeline, it was very recent.
Aiba, what time is it now?
7:55 a.m.
We barely have 4 hours left.
Where's it gonna happen?
Well,
We don't know.
my guess is the other letters that were in the video are some kind of code too. Maybe they point to a location.
Yeah. Alphabetic string of Nirvana X. No.
I converted the letters to numbers and checked the coordinates.
It's an area in the Pacific Ocean. No land around. I don't think those coordinates are where the plan is happening.
Then where could it be?
I remember something BB said earlier. The culprit who killed Uru and Tokiko. Maybe they have a clue.
It's likely, yes.
Right.
Well, in that case, there is one person.
One person.
I don't know if they're the culprit, but they might have some valuable information.
Is it maybe someone, a certain someone who owns a robot?
I didn't know where to find them before, but I've got a good idea now.
Owns a robot and likes a Ferris wheel?
That person, she's probably with Shoma.
Oh, they both own the same model scooter with rockets? Oh, hey, everyone's here.
I'll tell you the truth.
Even Robot.
Big sis!
Okay, so just confirming, this really is the present day now, and Shoma really doesn't look much different. I was just wondering about when we saw him in the present day, and he barely changed. I was now trying to think about, was that actually in the present day? This is actually present day. Shoma really doesn't look much different.
Amame.
Just wanted to confirm it.
The corpse in the freezer at Brahmin. I'm the reason it's there. It's my fault. 6 years ago, February 11th, my father called me here. Shoma wasn't here. Only my father would have a corpse.
Right. Mame told us that Jin's body was hidden under the floor. The same body half that was in the suitcase. Mame said that she'd take care of it. She brought it again, and they stored it in the freezer at Brahmin.
Genny didn't do anything wrong. I asked him to do it. And Shoma has nothing to do with this. He just found out too.
Mame, that's not what we're here to ask.
We're looking for the person who killed Terror and Tokiko.
What? Terror is dead?
I know, right? Everyone's surprised. We didn't have time to explain everything. We told them about Terror's identity and the Nirvana initiative as quickly as we could.
You can tell us more about what you know at the station.
Amame, will you come with us?
No, no! I don't care what you say! You can't take Big Sis away!
I agree with Shoma.
And we're not taking her away, we're putting her in the chair. All of you have been in the chair at this point, and you've been fine.
I don't want you taking Amame away.
What's the problem?
We just want to talk.
Wait, Amame, did you kill Terror and Tokiko?
What are you saying?
Amame didn't kill anyone.
Well, I don't know, it's kind of looking kind of bad. Because whoever did it must have had access to this robot, and it doesn't seem like there's many people who had that. The guy who oh no, Date. Come on, Date. That's too far. Be considerate, Date. By the way.
Did you get rid of the Cleone in the fridge?
But what?
No.
Is that relevant right now, Date? BB.
We don't have much time.
It's true, we don't.
Something about Shoma and Genny.
Greenery in a garden can be seen out the window. Can we get an answer about what this is? This is CRT TV. No, we're not going to be told what the thing that's sticking out of it is. Maybe that's the key to everything. TV stand. Family altar. Poem, probably written by Komeiji. Lucky laugh. Picture of Ame Noizumi on display. Doll. It's a doll. Light hanging from the ceiling.
What are you looking at?
Nothing.
Can you not look around my room? It's kind of rude.
Oh, all of us have done this multiple times, Shoma.
Is he hiding something?
No way.
A thermite bomb.
A lot of that going around.
What?
You're right.
It sure is.
That little... Hey, Shoma, what is this?
It's a bomb. A thermite bomb.
I know that!
Then why did you ask?
Why is it here?
I made it.
You made it?
Thermite reactions are pretty simple. You can make one easily using common products.
But why did you make it?
Well,
Hmm?
to get revenge for my dad. I wanted to get Terror.
You were going to use this on him?
Yeah. But I guess it has no use now. Terror is dead, right?
Hmm? Hmm?
Damn it. You just made the situation so much worse.
Let's decide what to do about that later.
Right. There is a more pressing issue.
The Kotatsu is the pressing issue, of course. It's a book on robotics engineering. Answer button for the quiz. Thermite bomb that Shoma made. It has 6 tanks. Look in the closet. The kitchen. It's not a rooster doll. It's Ryuki. He seems fine now.
What? The TC Purge? I told you already. I've developed a resistance to it.
But your brain's neurons were still affected, right?
Yeah, but those symptoms are being held in check with some special medicine.
It's not mass-produced, so we can't give it to too many people, if that's what you're thinking.
Alright, well, Ryuki's on his meds, so hopefully no freakouts. Toy hammer.
You finished that robot, right?
Oh, yeah.
You named it Robo-G, huh?
It's not a very original name. I think I have a better name for it.
Yeah, it's the second one, like a second child, so I named him Robo-G.
There's a second robot somewhere?
He's much more powerful than before.
How much do you think he could lift, if you had to guess?
It can hold so much more weight than the previous model.
An exact number, maybe?
Wait a minute, who cares? Could you people just leave?
I'm sorry, we can't do that. It's our job. It's a monowheel robot, Robo-G. Genny, move aside.
Sorry, I can't let you do that. I came here to protect Amame. Date, if only you didn't find the body in the freezer.
Again, she can't be prosecuted for that crime.
The statute of limitations for abandoning a corpse is 3 years. She can't get arrested for hiding the corpse 6 years ago.
But I just can't let you.
Gen, you're not making any sense.
How about we all calm down and go down to the station, and maybe all of you can get in the chair at once. Like, if you want to stay together, we can all, like, do a mass chairing. I feel like maybe that's the best solution here.
Hold on. Are you hiding something?
Hmm? About Mame. Genny.
Amame accepted every part of me. She saw me for who I was. It wasn't out of pity or sympathy. Her accepting me came naturally, like it was nothing. I've never met anyone like her. And I need to care for her the way she's cared for me. I promise to protect Amame, so I can't let you.
Genny. That's all the more reason then.
If you really have those feelings for her,
If we do nothing, Terror will accomplish his mission.
A terrible virus is going to spread.
The world will devolve into chaos. No one will be safe.
Not even Amame.
No.
So you need to help us.
We need Mame's information to stop this plan.
Amame must know something.
Are you okay with ruining her future?
Don't you want to protect her?
Then please.
The reason we want to talk... Well, first, Mame. The reason we want to talk to Mame.
Mame, you know something important, don't you? Something about the Nirvana Initiative and Terror. Maybe something about Tokiko. That's what we're here to find out.
About Komeji.
Well...
I know this is a touchy subject, so let me say it. Terror killed Komeji, your father. It stands to reason that you absolutely despise Terror.
Are you saying she killed him?
That's ridiculous!
6 years ago, on February 13th.
6 years ago on February 13th, you saw Terror, didn't you, Mame? At Studio Devita?
What happened back then? What did he say? You still haven't told us. I looked into her head yesterday, but there was nothing on what happened at Devita. But in the Somnium, Mame said...
Nirvana. Collected. Genocide.
Which would mean you know something about the Nirvana Initiative.
February 10th this year.
5 days ago, on February 10th, did you meet with Tokiko? We don't have hard evidence, but a witness saw you.
Anyway, Mame headed into Horadori Institute by herself. I saw another person follow her in right after. It was Tokiko. Tokiko Shigure, president of NICE Japan.
And that was a while ago that we heard that. February 12th this year.
Ryuki looked into Tokiko's head. 3 days ago, on February 12th, he saw Tokiko threatening someone.
I saw everything. If you don't do as I say, I'm sure you know where this is going.
Could Tokiko have been threatening you, Amame?
Shoma, why are you protecting Mame?
I won't let you. She's my sister.
We're not here for that.
But... I have a bad feeling.
A bad feeling?
If she's not guilty of anything, then that's all the more reason you can't take her.
That's not really how it works, Shoma. I mean, we put people in this chair all the time. Like, most of them are not guilty. Trying to think about the first game. I mean, how many people did we put in that chair that were not guilty at all? So many people. So many people, Shoma.
I'm not gonna let anyone drag her away.
I mean, he was talking about dragging. Like, she can walk. She can walk. We're not dragging anyone. Come on.
I already lost my dad. If you take Big Sis, When I was in first grade, Big Sis gave me a radio-controlled toy. That's how I got into building things. She took me to robot expos and bought me books and parts. And she's working hard to save money to send me to college. These last 6 years have been hell.
I guess that's why Mame works so many hours. She shouldn't be working that many hours. But she does it.
It was hard and painful. Sometimes I wanted to die. But she's always cheered me up and supported me.
During all of the gene therapy.
Big Sis always protected me. Now it's my turn to protect her. She's more important to me than my own life. So, if you're gonna take her, you're gonna have to kill me first.
It seems a little extreme, Shoma.
Shoma.
Hold on. This is very important. Very important. Shoma, how do you like eating your jellyfish? I'm going to guess with peanuts. First time we heard about it. Shoma.
Do you hate Terror? The man who killed your father? Terror's plan is still ongoing. The Nirvana initiative? It's going to bring Nai's madness to the whole world. We need to talk to Mame in order to stop it. Do you want Terror to win? Don't you want to stop his plan? Destroy his ambitions? Isn't that the only way to get closure for your father's death? If you resent Terror, if you want revenge, please, we need your help, Shoma.
What are we going to do?
The two of them aren't going to budge.
I really don't want to do this. But if we have to use force...
No, you can't do this.
Yeah, I won't let you take Big Sis.
I mean, honestly, Shoma, it's really Gen is the one we're worried about here.
Annie, Shoma, that's enough.
Amame.
Big Sis.
It's okay. I'll come back right away. Promise.
You sure?
Yeah,
You promise?
I promise.
Now, Mame.
Let's go.
We take her back to Abyss. And she's in the chair.
Is Ryuki gonna be okay? We left him there.
Well, we had to.
We did?
We couldn't just leave the bomb unattended.
Yeah, I guess someone has to take care of that.
So you left Ryuki to keep an eye on things. The bomb squad should be headed to Shoma's house right now. It's quite a shock, though. Amame was the one who killed Uru and Tokiko.
I never said that.
Yeah, why are we jumping to conclusions there, boss? Like, I was wondering, did we make a connection that that I missed or something? I don't think we made that connection as of yet.
She's suspicious as all hell, isn't she?
Yeah, but...
Regardless of how suspicious she is, she should know something about the Nirvana initiative.
I'm not sure how she would have killed Uru and Tokiko.
When Ryuki synced into her yesterday, he didn't find anything.
Like, maybe she would have had a motive to do it, but there's still a lot of connections to make as to how she would have done it.
Do not worry. I received the Somnium data from Tama. Because we are returning for a second time, we should be able to go deeper than we did previously.
Is that how it works, Aiba? I don't think that's ever had how it's. I don't think that is how it's worked before, but I'll take your word for it.
All right, we're ready to go.
Start it up.
I'm sure you already know this, but the time limit inside Somnium is...
Oh my god, alright already. If you say it one more time, I'm gonna sock you.
Okay.
Peter should surprise us one day and say, actually, I've updated the machine. You now have 7 minutes.
Let's begin.
That's the TV.
welcome to the quiz show, Face to Face. I am your host, Andy's co-magi.
A quiz show?
It disappeared.
I don't know anything.
Huh?
I really don't know.
Mame?
Mizuki, the data we got from Tama might come in handy. It's from when Ryuki synced with Amame.
Right. When we shared information at the Cathedral earlier.
I extracted the evidence data that looked promising and converted it to a more usable format. Project this outward, and the structure of this Somnium world will waver and unveil hidden information.
In other words, if we show Mame the intel we got from Tama, we'll get a reaction.
Yes, but not just Amame. You can use the information to target many things in this Somnium.
So you're saying I can target, like, objects?
Correct.
Iba, are you adding new gameplay mechanics to the Somnium this late in the game? I don't know about this, Iba.
If anything looks fishy, I'll try it out.
The details are under look. View the information there.
According to Tama's info, in the previous sync, there was a quiz battle. This is the first stage, the scavenger quiz. Amame likes music and voices. She collected many different kinds of sounds. She became highly skilled in gaining information from sounds.
So that might mean that there's information in the sound of Mame's Somnium.
During this sync, we should focus on the sound. This is Mame's Somnium from yesterday. Ryuki and Tama competed in a quiz battle to get this information. The information is as follows. Amame was often troubled, but when in doubt, she always chose the right option. When in doubt or when needing to hide something, she chose the option on the right. Thusly, all the occult quiz answers were on the right side.
So that wasn't just by chance.
This may be a common rule in Amame's Somnium. This is information Ryuki and Tama acquired playing the Spot the Difference game in Amame's Somnium. Amame came across many wounded things, important things, the heart, blood. She carries all of that damage inside. All the correct answers were bloodied or otherwise damaged when playing the Spot the Difference game.
So we should look out for damaged things during the sync.
Yes, let's keep that in mind. More information we got from Ryuki regarding Mame's sync. Nirvana, collected, genocide. Amame said these words.
That has to be about the Nirvana initiative.
Most likely.
Mame must know something.
This is the reason Ryuki decided to sink into Amame. According to the investigation, there was a high likelihood Amame saw terror when she found Komeji's body, but this has not yet been confirmed. That's all of it.
Looks promising for the investigation.
Yes, let's use this wisely.
Now, Iba.
Got it. Somnium scan, activate.
We have to uncover Amame's secret. Amame knows info about the Nirvana initiative, but for some reason, she's hiding it. Use the intel you got from Ryuki to find out.
8 mental locks.
More than usual.
That shows how strongly she is willing to hide her secret.
Let's try talking to her first.
Currently, Amame has a secret which she covers with a lie. In this Somnium, inspecting objects will make evidence appear. So we'll start off by talking to her, and we'll do that Next time, as we continue on with AI, the Somnium Files, Nirvana Initiative. So, the key information to solving the case lies within the mind of Amame Doi, an unimportant side character from the first game. But who is the person who has taken up Terror's cause, who killed Terror and Tokiko, and is the one who is going to do the Nirvana Initiative, if not Terror himself, and if Tokiko is actually dead, which I guess she probably is. Seems like it. Let's look at the evaluation. Got Gen and Amame end. Clear Gen and Amame route. Informant persons. We collect all persons' files. All of them collected. Well, let's see what updated information we have for persons present. There's Bibi. We now know who she is. Skills, guessing which panties Mizuki Date is wearing that day. That's an odd skill to have, if I'm being honest. Mizuki Date was born from her DNA, almost like a little sister. She lived at Iowan with her until she was 3 years old. Mizuki Kuranishi secretly watched over Mizuki Date from afar, watching her grow up. Uru? The true identity of Terror. When he was 6, he was kidnapped by Chikara and Tokiko from Iowan. He was held in the basement of Horodori Institute and constantly had the organs in his right half taken away, ultimately his face as well. His hobbies include fulfilling Tokiko's prophecy and journaling. I mean, it says his profession is unemployed, but really he has a full-time job. Jin Furue was killed by Terror, aka Uru Somizuki, 6 years ago. He had inoperable tumors on the right side of his body and constantly received organs from Uru, ultimately his face as well. Still nothing known about his likes, dislikes, hobbies, and skills. Date? He wandered all over the country after losing his memory in the explosion 6 years ago. After seeing the news of Jin's left half being found, he regained all his memories. In order to perform his own investigation, he used Gen's mask. Taxi driver? A private taxi driver. If necessary, he will take on transporter jobs. He knows Richi Chieda from a while back, and when Richi's personal driver got sick, he took over. Appendix? Bitch Avengers. Very important update. The titular group of female heroes from an American comic. Their members consist of a murderer, a junkie, a thief, and a housewife. They use cruel tactics to defeat the bad guys, fighting fire with fire. A real picaresque story. Almighty? The Almighty is effectively a god capable of knowing and doing anything and everything. Which Chikara thought Jin was because he had the % sign on his face. Kotatsu? Hey, want to do it in the Kotatsu? I remember this example. Chitin. Chitin is a polysaccharide polymer which includes nitrogen. It is the main component of arthropods, crustaceans, and mollusks. It has anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, immune properties. It is well suited as artificial skin. If used as artificial skin, the chitin is decomposed by enzymes excreted by the body, so it is not permanent. Artificial skin acts as a cover for naturally recovering skin. For Uru, half his face was most likely beyond the point of new skin could grow back. He needed constantly reapplication of the new artificial skin. Special Assault Team, a special team in the Japanese police force which specializes in situations in which firepower is required, such as counterterrorism or hostage situations. SAT is actually the unofficial acronym. Present in Tokyo, Osaka, Hokkaido, Chiba, Kanagawa, Aichi, Fukuoka, and Okinawa. Delicatessen? That's a delicatessen! Very good explanation. Hidden cathedral door. The east and west cathedrals. There was a hidden door leading to each other, which was controlled electronically. By using a special kind of radio wave, it opens automatically, which is why BB can order Marco to open it. Buddy? I rubbed my buddy. Very good usage. Photo album. And it's an old-fashioned analog method of taking pictures. It's a fan's ultimate goal to be able to take one with an idol or maid. Black Widow, a female character from a certain American comic. She lives in Tokorozawa, Saitama, and is a watermelon thief. She spits out the seeds to bore her enemies with holes to kill them. She has a preference for tight leather pants. Her fly is constantly open, exposing her panties, thus the reason for her name, Black Widow. It all makes sense now. Date eavesdropping. This time, Aiba accidentally used an open connection, open to Abyss affiliates and authorized personnel. Date's eye socket is still equipped with an AI ball communication device. Therefore, Aiba and Mizuki's conversation was heard by Date. When the two want to talk in secret, they have a whisper channel. Tama and Ryuki have something similar. Chart? Found in Terror's Sink. This may be useful. Manual. Okay, these are, once again, all listed as unread. But one thing I am interested in is True Flowchart. This is the chart that lists a story in chronological order. You can switch this with the original flowchart, if there's a reason to look at the original flowchart. Like I said, we're going to save the game. Data is saved. Let's look at the flowchart, by the way. Okay, here's true flowchart. It was going down, crisscrossing, until we got down to here. No, we're still crisscrossing down here. And now we find ourselves here. So, if this is the true flowchart, it looks like that there is one more box after this Somnium if it was going to match up with 6 years ago. So the game did do a tricky thing with the flowchart with On Us. But if this is the real one, it looks like that we only have one more box after this one. Unless there's something else. Like, this is still not symmetrical over on this side. Still doesn't match. I was thinking that the flowchart throughout the game did look pretty simple, because you only had it split in two at the beginning, then it went down, and then another split down here. So quite a simple flowchart in comparison to what these games usually have. But then, of course, it turned out it wasn't so simple after all. Which I guess we should not expect it to be. Alright, so, thinking about what we've been learning so far. Terror's dead. There's someone impersonating him. The Nirvana initiative is going to go forward, which is going to drive people crazy. Is it going to break a simulation? Will we achieve moksha? Is unknown, but you just can't let people go crazy and start hurting themselves and others. That's just irresponsible. You can't let that happen. So, who is it? Well, whoever it is does have access to Shoma's robot. And I guess Mame has some information deep within her memories that would indicate maybe what the Nirvana initiative is, and possibly with that, maybe the identity of Neo Terror. She really doesn't want to tell us, though, because as we saw, there are 8 mental locks blocking the information. So, who could it possibly be? Well, you know, A couple of characters that really have been sliding under the radar so far are that dastardly duo Iris and Oda. What have they been doing all this time? We have barely seen them in this game. It's probably not them. Probably don't have anything to do with it. Just saying though, as far as who could it be, I don't know. Little maybe a genetically enhanced immortal kid. It's looking a little suspicious. Look a little suspicious right now. To be honest. I mean, we know that Shoma used to be a member of Nizet Loss, and in the ending where he made up with his dad, like, that was clearly not the case anymore. But that's not the timeline we're on, are we? That whole heartwarming ending? This one? Like, it's this one, right? Where we went into Shoma's Somnium, and then he made up with Komeiji. Like, this is the one on the left-hand side. That's the one where Komeiji didn't die. Like, that didn't happen. What happened is Komeiji did die. And actually, that's something that has stuck out to me as we've been playing this game. Because if I'm thinking about all the previous Uchikochi games, like AI1 and the 3 Zero Escape games, there is a tendency for bad things to happen to good people, but then in the end, you find the true ending path in which none of the bad things happen to good people. Everything's fine. But something that has stuck out to me in this game is that Komeiji's dead. Like, it doesn't seem like we're gonna find another timeline where he doesn't die. It seems like this game is ending with Komeiji dead. And that is something that I've kept thinking about as being unusual for one of Uchikochi's games, as it doesn't seem like he would be a character who would be dead by the end. But it looks like he's gonna. And who knows, maybe the death of Shoma's father and how he never made up with him developed feelings in Shoma where he wanted, maybe wanted revenge. He felt anger. And maybe he just stayed on as being a part of Nizet Loss because he never was able to make up with him. I don't know, just something that's hanging out there. Little plot point. Seems like there's a reason for why Komeiji is a character who's not coming back. And maybe it's to be Shoma's motivation. To be new terror. Or at least that seems like maybe the most likely outcome that I'm seeing right now. But of course, as we know, in Uchikochi's games, the most likely outcome is the one that doesn't happen. Like, time-traveling corpses. We can throw that theory right out the window. No time-traveling corpses. Maybe next time, we will discover the final, ultimate truth. Complete the flowchart. And discover who the new terror is, and how to stop the Nirvana Initiative. Next time.